Well, the NBA trade deadline was last week, and with all the rumored moves, it turned out to be a big disappointment. We'll go live to the Andersen Sports Live Roundtable to discuss it.
Thanks, fellas, and welcome to the Roundtable here on Andersen Sports Live. I'm your host, Stephen Huff, today joined with Troxel and Michael Dixon. Okay, real quick, guys, we're going to be talking about the trade deadline. Who are your winners and losers on this deadline? Evan, how about you? Winners and losers?
My winners are the Memphis Grizzlies. They went out and got Lance Stevenson. I mean, right now he's doing better than Marc Gasol in these categories. 16 points per game, more steals than Marc Gasol, fewer turnovers, fewer fouls per game in all those four categories. And so that's really good for the Grizzlies, who are a 5 seed right now and are going to make the playoffs. As for the losers for the Detroit Pistons, Mate Yunis, he from the Rockets. I mean, you can't just go out there and try to get a guy like Mate Yunis from the Rockets because of back concerns. You just can't make that decision when you're not even a playoff team right now.
Yeah, definitely. That trade being voided now because of injury there. And
Welcome back to Andersen Sports Live. Now let's head upstairs to our experts at the Roundtable.
Welcome back to the Roundtable on Andersen Sports Live for Evan Troxel and Michael Dixon. I'm Stephen Huff. Major League Baseball kicked off this week. All teams reported to spring training. And one of the famous guys, Pablo Sandoval, year after year again, shows up a little overweight. And we've seen this in other sports, Sebastian Janikowski, Eddie Lacy. I mean, we've seen these guys show up severely overweight. And honestly, that's kind of anyone's dream. Eat however you like and still play at a professional level. And so if you could play any sport, no matter what, Evan, what would you choose?
If I could play any sport, I would want to play tennis. I mean, you get to travel internationally. You get to go do lots of sightseeing. I mean, you also get to practice and compete whenever you want to. I mean, especially if you win, If you win a lot of matches, win a lot of money, you basically can practice and compete whenever you want. And it's not a big deal.
I didn't even think about tennis, to be honest. I mean, I was thinking the major sports tennis. That's a great take on it, though.
And there's also, nice weather and things like that, too.
Yeah.
Always where you go with tennis matches.
That sounds
really great.
Sounds incredible. Michael, in other sports news, NHL, they had another Stadium Series game. The Minnesota Wild hosted the Chicago Blackhawks, and the Minnesota Wild beat them 6-1. Michael, starting with you, do you think having multiple Stadium Series is good in the NHL? Do it. Evan, he says you're going to disagree, are you?
Yeah, I am. I think there should be a hockey game once a year for each team that can host the outside winter hockey match, I mean, it's the purest form of hockey when you go out there and you play outdoors in the elements. And I mean, you can really make the matches greater when they're competitive. When you have two competitive teams, maybe it's a rivalry. Maybe it's just two teams who are playing really well against each other. And I mean, who's going to watch hockey on New Year's Day? I mean, not a lot of people are. I mean, they have family things, a lot of other things going on.
So you want to get rid of the New Year's Day game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if people aren't going to watch, you're spending time with family, doing other things, it's really important.
Well, how about this for the Winter Classic next year? Panthers in Sun Life Stadium.
I'd be okay with
Florida.
that. Yeah,
that's fair.
All right. On the topic of hockey, 36 years ago today, Miracle on Ice happened. The USA upset the Soviets. Evan, how big of an upset was that?
It was a huge upset. I mean, the Soviet Union, they won gold in 5 of their 6 previous Olympic Games. At that point, they got gold medal. I mean, they won 12 world gold medals in the World Championships between 1954 and 1979. And the United States, they did not even medal in 3 of the previous 4 Olympic Games. And another important point is the U.S., they wouldn't have even won the gold medal in 1980 if they didn't score a goal. They ended up tying Sweden 2-2. They scored a goal with 27 seconds left in the game when the U.S. pulled their goalie, Jim Craig.
Yeah, I mean, the late goals definitely became a theme for that team. Michael,